This is Elaine Tung, Chair of the Affordable Housing Trust. Thank you for listening to our presentation on Article 10C. The Affordable Housing Trust is asking town meeting to approve its request to fund the trust with CPA funds in the amount of $3,200,000. Substantially funding the trust is key to the trust's effectiveness and ability to respond to market conditions in a nimble and judicious manner. This gives the trust the opportunity to fund future affordable housing development, to capitalize on MBTA and special residential developments by creating additional inclusionary units or deepening affordability, to consider funding requests throughout the year from LexHab and Lexington Housing Authority, to support Lexington low and moderate income residents, and to preserve existing affordable housing. HUD defines a household as cost-burdened if it spends more than 30% of its income on housing, severely cost-burdened if it spends more than 50% of its income on housing. Lexington is a wealthy town, but not everyone in Lexington is wealthy. Over 26% of total Lexington households are cost-burdened due to housing costs. Of the 81% Lexington owner households, almost a quarter of these are cost-burdened. 47% of the renter households are cost-burdened, with 27% of renters being severely cost-burdened. One way to measure demand for affordable housing in Lexington is to review the wait lists for Avalon, LexHab, and Lexington Housing Authority. These lists are lengthy, with waits anywhere from 3 to 8 years. We should also consider the likelihood of getting into one of these rental homes. The 2024 LexHab rental lottery recipient had a 2.7% chance of being awarded a home. The chance for a restricted ownership home is even lower. The October 2025 Miriam Street lottery for an ownership home had less than a 2% chance of being awarded. Lexington also has the second lowest percentage of restricted ownership homes among regional housing service office communities at just 5% of our affordable housing stock, or less than 1% of our total housing stock. During this past fiscal year, with 31 Affordable Housing Trust meetings, as well as dozens of meetings with other committees, the Select Board, town staff, state officials, and multifamily housing developers, the major highlights of what the Affordable Housing Trust has accomplished are: first, the Affordable Housing Trust has actively supported the Lexington Woods development since town meeting authorized the Select Board in April of 2024 to sell, lease, or dispose of parcel 6844 for affordable housing. Second, by buying down market rate units to affordable units or deepening income affordability, the trust is leveraging CPA funds to create affordable units with price points at much lower levels than previously approved by the town. Third, with town staff assistance, the trust filed a grant in June of 2025 to the state's One Stop for Growth Housing Works infrastructure program. The town was awarded $1,600,000 this past October. The Affordable Housing Trust will use these funds to buy down additional units or deepen income affordability. And fourth, the Affordable Housing Trust provided a grant in the amount of $1,100,000 in connection with the LexHab purchase, which creates 2 additional units to be added to the town's subsidized housing inventory, and also serves to preserve an existing modest-sized Lexington home. The Affordable Housing Trust has guided Lexington Woods from the Select Board's June 2024 request for proposal to the Board of Appeals' January 2026 decision to approve a comprehensive permit. We are in discussions with MBTA and SRD multifamily developers in order to buy down additional market rate units to affordable units, as well as deepening income affordability. As new multifamily MBTA SRD developments come online, there will be additional opportunities for the trust to leverage funds for buy-downs. Developing a housing assistance program for tenants is a priority trust goal. Housing assistance programs help address housing affordability and prevent homelessness. The trust is currently working on a pilot tenant rental assistance program to help those lower-income households who need financial assistance in order to bridge the affordability gap to stabilize their housing costs. This is especially pressing in light of federal cutbacks and decreased state funding for housing and rent vouchers, food SNAP assistance, utility LIHEAP assistance, and mass health premiums and benefits. The 2025 town meeting passed Warrant Article 23 which authorizes the Select Board to sell, lease, or dispose of the town-owned parcel on Vine Street for the purpose of affordable housing. When the town issues the request for proposal, the trust anticipates that the developer will be coming to the trust for funding. Lexington Housing Authority is considering several sites that they currently own to develop affordable housing. They have indicated that they will be coming to the trust in the spring of 2026 with a request for pre-development funds followed by a request the following year for additional development funding. Finally, we see an opportunity for the creation of additional affordable homes by our housing partners developing accessory dwelling units on properties they already own. The Affordable Housing Trust is able to react quickly to market and other opportunities, a major step forward from the need to rely only on project approvals at infrequent town meetings. The Trust intends to continue funding those opportunities, which will leverage available funds that fit with the Trust's values of preserving and creating affordable housing for households with a diverse range of incomes and prioritizing those households with lower incomes. We are at the beginning of a long journey to address our affordable housing crisis, and we need continued sustained funding for current projects as well as to build up a balance for future projects. By investing in one another, we are investing in our shared future. We respectfully request that town meeting fund the Affordable Housing Trust for $3,200,000 for fiscal year 2027. Thank you for your consideration.